Hello, Vanguardians and YouTube alike. This is BWorkTarget 1990 coming at you with another video today. Sorry I haven't posted a lot of videos because life was hitting me from school, studying, all that stuff. So I barely had a lot of time to like make videos. I even went to Magic City Comic Con, which I'll do that in I probably should have posted a video of that, but in long story short, Magic City Comic Con was awesome. I met Bill Nye the Science Guy. He's amazing. I love Bill Nye the Science Guy ever since I was a kid, watching Bill Nye the Science Guy, the TV show, amazing show. And I met Michael Jai White. If you know the movie Spawn or Blood and Bone, yeah, he's awesome. And Kelly who was in the Scorpion King, and she did the voice of Devora in Mortal Kombat X. But other than that, that's how it was in Magic City Comic Con. Amazing place, amazing con. So now back to on the topic at hand. We have this is gonna be like a tutorial video for me for those who are like coming back to the game like myself. Like I played this game like the very beginning. When I like the very beginning, like in the summer of 2011, I played it around the winter of 2011 and early 2012. Like I started playing this game, so you could say I was like starting with I played where it began, but I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh at the same time also, so I had to choose between one of those two. I picked the wrong one, which was Yu-Gi-Oh, because I sort of kind of lost interest in this. But it's not that I hated the game. It's just Yu-Gi-Oh just pretty much like clouded me for a while. Then like shit got stupid in Yu-Gi-Oh and I quit. Got back to Vanguard, and I'm sticking with Vanguard because I love this game. Is I should just stick with this one instead. So, anyways, so if you're wondering why you have only grade zeros and grade ones, for the very beginning, this is my white tutorial of starters. This is only just starters, and there are three types of starters: the Forerunner, the Ride Chain, and a Vanilla. From the very beginning, there was vanillas. They had no Forerunners or no. They didn't even have the text Forerunner or Ride Chains on that sorts. Or Ride Chain wasn't. Well, Ride Chain was around, but I can. Oh yeah, it was like amber. Like in Kagura, they had the Amber Dragons, and such and so forth. Anyways, now I'm gonna cover just the basics of the different grade zeros, which well these two because these are like these are like I would say these are like prime examples of the Forerunner to the Ride Chains. So I wouldn't explain much of vanilla because it's just vanilla, no text, no like it's just there with the attack and stuff, base and stuff like that. Has no effect, so I don't have to explain much of that. So I'm gonna start first with what is called the Ride Chain starters. So to top. So as I described it, a Ride Chain is basically when you have the right card. So in Alex's case, you gotta have Sotero to write it, and if the right card is written on him, it will gain effects based on the skill. Plus, it will just stay in the Vanguard circle. It won't become a rear guard, unless in his case, the right card is not called. So basically, with Alex, when Sotero rides on him, I can pick the top 7 cards. If I have Genovos or Pavroth, they go to my hand, and the rest is shuffled back. As simple as that. Now, what I think about the Ride Chain, I like it gains effects when you just ride the correct cards needed, and that you also the Vanguard will gain 1,000 attack whenever certain specific cards are in the soul. So if I ride the Genovos, as long as Pavrov's in soul, it becomes 11k instead of 10k, which is good. Which is good. Now there's a downside to this. If If you don't ride the correct card, it's just basically be a vanilla Forerunner. It won't have any effects. And when you ride Tank, you need to ride the correct cards in order to gain their effects out of it. Like Ripples is one of those examples. Like, as much as Odysseus corrects it, but the very moment you had to have Sotero in hand in order to get him off. If you don't, you pretty much lost. Well, not lost, but you would kind of hinder or slow down a bit till you have Odysseus. You did everything back, but you won't get his skill when you Odysseus him to ride on, because you technically rolled on a grade 1, not a grade 0. So I learned that from a friend of mine. So I thank my friend Ben for that. Now, so basically with ride chains, it's good when you call the correct card, ride the correct cards. Other than that, it's just gonna be a vanilla starter, and pretty much just a good booster. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, that's the ride chains. Now, the next one is the Forerunners, the Forerunner starters. This guy, BCD Rhyhorn is a prime example of one of those great Forerunner rear guards, because if you have someone of the same clan as him, which in this case is the Nova Grappler, he basically becomes a rear guard. So if I ride my my limit breaker, I just put Rhyhorn right to the side. It becomes a rear guard. Simple as that. Now, the advantages of that is that it's a booster, 1. 2, it has effects. That's another good thing with Forerunner type starters. And lastly, there are many types of these Forerunners. There's this one who does that, basically just has effects. There's a grade 3 searchers. There are destroyers like Seishin, etc., etc. Now, the major downside is this is going to be like a prime target for any of your opponents, for your opponent to target, because they know this will be devastating. So like, you go against Shadow Paladins, they have Revengers, they have Judge Bow. And if you're playing Seishin and your Narukamis, they're gonna protect Judge Bow like it's no one's business. Because when Seishin once the monster, the unit that Seishin boosts hits the Vanguard, you can counterblast one, you put it in the soul, and it can destroy a grade 0. So that would protect it a lot. His case, you don't want him to get locked or destroyed. So like Link Jokers, Narukamis, Kaguros will destroy this clan, Nova Grapplers. So like, yeah, I'm lifting this up because of glare. Alright, so yeah. So I love this guy, BC Rhyhorn. Well, the Forerunners starters, because their effects are amazing to do. If you're like, say I play Brawler, so I have Spark Kid Dragoon, that's a grade 3 searcher. And then him, who's just restands anything if something stands in front of him. And then there's Baby Rex, who just superior calls a Tyrannodon Legend when retired. Sorry, there's some hair that went on my phone lenses. So the phone screen. So anyways, yeah. So this is just the basics of the many other tutorials I'll do. The next one, I'm going to do something when it calls to, well, I already covered the bases of writing and starters. Then I'm going to just cover the bases of triggers. Then there's one of counterblasting, soul blasting, or basically paying the cost. Then strides and guarding. So yeah, sorry, just kind of lost today. It's it's not early in the morning. It's just the daytime, and a lot of noise is happening because of the grass people are here. So yeah, this is the basics of using of starters and a bit of writing to it. So I don't have to explain a lot more in writing, like writing cards. Because when you do write change, you just write the correct card, and if you have like a writing with a forerunner, it's just something like that. So yeah. So this is B-Boy Torque 1990 signing off, and I'll post another video about paying cost. Deuces. So this is B-Boy Torque 1990 saying deuces.